What is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be reviewing yet another pair of barefoot shoes from Saguaro. This is their Forestep I. It is a hiking barefoot shoes that Saguaro is very proudly calling it their best barefoot shoes in the market. It comes in a bag like this for you to store away the shoes, and these are the Forestep I in pure white. Not too sure if this is a good idea for a hiking shoe, but what I'm more curious is the comfort level wearing these pair of barefoot shoes. These are actually fresh, brand new pair of barefoot shoes. As you can see, the paper inserts are still inside, so I am really excited to test this pair of barefoot shoes to see if it holds up to its standards and what is so different from the previous pair of Saguaro barefoot shoes that I previously reviewed. So in today's video, we'll be taking a look at everything there is to know about these pair of barefoot shoes, to talk about some of the pros and cons, my first impressions wearing these pairs of shoes, my overall thoughts and impression. As always, disclaimers first, Saguaro did send over these pair of barefoot shoes for a review. However, they do not get to input anything that I'll be sharing in this video. Everything I say, it is of my own opinion. With that out of the way, let's dive right in. So in case you are not caught up with the barefoot shoe movements, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but barefoot shoes summarized in a few words is going to be white toe box, zero drop design, feet as close to the ground as possible, little to no cushion support, but you have sufficient protection at the base, and most importantly, comfortable as fuck. Now if you want the full explanation, consider checking out some of my older barefoot shoes video, linked somewhere up in the corner, this corner or somewhere that corner. So day one of receiving the Forestep I barefoot shoes, I put them on for the first time and tested it out, and my first thoughts and impressions wearing these brand new pair of shoes was a little out of my expectation. Now don't get me wrong, the feel and build quality of the shoes are very good. The material used according to Saguaro is made from mesh fabric material, which is usually polyester and nylon pretty much all around the shoe, especially on this top side of the shoe where it is very soft to touch and actually pretty breathable. However, I noticed a couple of things compared to my other barefoot shoes. First being the material at the toe box has some sort of rigid hard plastic around it to sort of like protect your toes, I suppose. It comes all the way from the back to the middle and all the way to the front of the shoes. Now I think this could be a hiking feature of the barefoot shoe, as my previous shoe, the Vitality III by Saguaro as well, have completely flexible front portions like this and this. However, I can understand why this exists. Speaking from experience, usually when you hike downwards a slope, you'll be constantly braking as you descend, and this portion acts like a protection layer for your toes, as they will constantly press against the toe box area when you are going down. So it makes sense that they had to somehow reinforce the front portion of this shoe. And secondly, the toe box area seemed to be a little tighter when compared to, again, the Vitality III barefoot shoes from Saguaro, but I think overall the materials used on the Forestep I are slightly thicker compared to my other pair of barefoot shoes. And that brings me to my next point. I did felt that the new pair of barefoot shoes is a little heavier, just slightly heavier in general, but my overall honest impression is that this shoes is still very comfortable to walk in. When I compared this to my proper Salomon shoes that I previously used to hike Mount Fuji twice, the toe box in the front is extremely narrow that it felt like it was constantly squashing my toes, and over time it would just hurt my feet. But that's not the case with the Forestep I, as my toes can splay out very naturally without ever feeling cramped, and that's something that I really like. Now I have to say this again, I absolutely adore the white finish over the entire shoe. It just looks so clean with the shoe being entirely white from the front to the back, the shoelaces, the tongue of the shoe. Now speaking of this part of the shoe, it feels like microfiber material being super soft, as I always adjust the tongue of the shoe when tying my shoelaces, and that material feels really nice to touch. Now let's take a closer look at the design of the shoes to give you guys an insight all around the shoes. Starting from the toe box area, as you can see, it has a wide toe box when compared to a proper hiking shoe from Salomon. My feet were able to wiggle around freely when wearing the Forestep I barefoot shoes. As mentioned earlier, the front section of the shoes seemed to be reinforced with better protection in mind, so the flexibility of the front section around the toe box is not as prominent as the Vitality III shoes or my other barefoot shoes. So this shoe has a lace-up design which felt a little foreign to me, to be honest, as all of my previous shoes were pretty much slip-on or it came with a velcro strap to tighten the shoes. Again, hiking needs, you probably really want a good seal to prevent rocks from slowly creeping in, and shoelaces are pretty common, right? Now, the sides of the shoe actually looks like a regular shoe, crisscross design right here with the shoelaces going across like such. Now, towards the heel area, there is a section right here that is slightly reinforced as well. So each time you put on or take out your shoes with your fingers snugging in behind your heels into the shoe, you will be able to feel it. There's also a tiny loop or a shoe tail at the heel area right here that helps when putting on your shoe, tucking the shoes away like slinging it onto your bag, or even drying it when you need to. Taking a look further down is one of the most important sections, at least in my opinion, the heel protection or the area under your heel. And to be honest, I have had problems with extreme wear and tear around the heel area, probably due to the way I walk, and so far it has yet to show up here on this pair of barefoot shoes after just over a week's daily usage. The Forestep I features a 6mm sole with sole patterns designed for off-road mountain trails, providing sufficient grip to rough terrains and protection against shrapnel. These soles are by far one of the better soles that are thick but not too thick for a barefoot shoe as compared to all of my other shoes, as you can see right here. Of course, when compared to the Salomon hiking shoe, which are massive and are actually really hard. So walking in these barefoot shoes have been a pleasant journey, and I do enjoy them very much. Walking around on tarmac road every day here in Tokyo City, I do feel the soles are just nice. It grips really well into the floor. However, as usual, when you are walking on wet tile surfaces, you can glide around, which is pretty similar to all of my previous barefoot shoes. But this one has a little bit more grip at the base of the shoes. Now, I want to talk about my real-world experience wearing these Forestep I barefoot shoes, as I have been daily driving these shoes. I have to say that it is as close to any barefoot shoes that I have worn. White toe box, comfortable zero drop design with no necessary elevation from the ground, a really nice design of the entire shoe, and the full-on white galore is pretty stunning. There was once it was raining pretty heavily in Tokyo and had to walk back home in the rain for a solid 20 minutes. And usually with other barefoot shoes, as soon as I reach home, my shoes are usually soaked, my socks too, and I would enter the house with wet socks. Literally, I was freaking out thinking about the time when I reached home, my white shoes will literally turn black from all of the dirt on the road getting mixed with the rain and so forth. And to my surprise, my socks were dry and it stayed completely white. So it does feel like the shoes have some sort of water repellent, although Saguaro says that it is not waterproof, that the water doesn't really get absorbed into the fabric, and that gave me confidence to continue wearing barefoot shoes in the rain. At least for the next few days, it's gonna rain, so I'm probably gonna be wearing it a lot more. Usually when it rains, I put on my waterproof boots and go with those, but now I think I can confidently step outside in the rain with this pair of barefoot shoes. As usual, if you have not tried out barefoot shoes once in your life, do not sleep on this pair of shoes from Saguaro. This is the Forestep I, Saguaro's best-selling barefoot shoes in the market. It is not meant for hiking only. You can also daily drive these shoes pretty much everywhere you go. So if you're interested, I have an affiliate link down below for this exact pair of barefoot shoes. They're going for about $60 on Saguaro's website, and for those of you who are still here, I have a 10% discount code for you guys. Be sure to enter KenLai at checkout for the 10% off. And once again, a huge shout out to Saguaro for sending over this pair of barefoot shoes. And that's it from me in this video. I hope you have found this video insightful. If you have any questions or anything that you would want me to try, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. Be sure to get back to you guys as soon as possible. I believe that barefoot shoe review videos are here to stay for a while, as I do really enjoy wearing barefoot shoes. So I hope to see you all in the next one. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. My name is Ken. I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay safe, peace out, and bye-bye. Now I have to take these shoes off the table.